Hi, my name is Barry Greenside. This is an educational podcast from my degree, Sports Science Physical Education at Bangor University. This podcast is to help improve the ability of the performer, and also the way I will be looking at how the sprint start and the three phases of 100 metres is by using a technique called whole, part, whole. This is where the technique is looked at as a whole, then broken down into parts, so you are able to look and critically analyse each part, and then brought back together as a whole. This is where you will be able to see the adjustments and improvements of the technique.
You should first start by jogging. This is a gradual pulse raiser, meaning it will increase your pulse so that there is more blood and oxygen supplied to the working muscles ready for physical activity.
Starting off with static stretching, then going into dynamic stretching such as drills.
Name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know. But no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up. Let's go. Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status.
All the demonstrated drills are specific to warming up certain muscles ready for training or competition in a 100 metre sprint. For example, in the high knee drill, the muscles that are being prepared for the event are leg muscles such as the gluteus maximus, quadriceps, hamstrings and the calves. In the arms, biceps and triceps. In the back, the trapezius and the latissimus dorsi. All these muscles are contracting and relaxing throughout the drill. Firstly, we will be concentrating on the sprint start. This is how it will look as a whole technique. On your marks, get set, go. From this, you cannot really see how the technique has been executed due to the reason of being an explosive movement.
Now we're going to break it down into part techniques. Number 1, on your marks. When you're in the starting position, you should be comfortably in the blocks. Your head and neck should be in line with your spine, and your eyes should be focused 1 or 2 meters ahead of the track. This helps balance, focus and relaxation. Your back is extended in a curved shape from the hips. Shoulders should be slightly leaning over your hands. The arms are straight, but then they are not locked. There is flexion in the elbow. The hands are in an elevated position and they are just wider than your shoulders. Legs are flexed at the knee, feet are in dorsiflexion. Part 2, get set. In this stage, your eyes are still focused 2 meters ahead on the track. Your shoulders are still slightly leaning over your hands. Your hips are now raised, there is flexion in your legs, but this time they are more extended. The body position should be far forward as you can, and aiming to be running without stumbling. The front leg angle from the knee should be around 90 degrees and the back leg should be around 120. There is still dorsiflexion at the feet. Also, the hold of breath is appropriate, ready to explode at the next stage. Part 3, beat of the bang.
This is the last stage of a sprint start. As you hear the beat of the bang of the gun, you should exhale out and drive through off the blocks. Arms should be at 90-degree angles and power should come from the shoulders. The body is extended in a straight line throughout the spinal column and is leaning at approximately 45 degrees. Back leg will be extended, front leg will be still bent at 90 degrees. Head is still down and the eyes focused on the floor. Now when we relook at the sprint start as a whole, it is easier to see if all the correct techniques are involved from start to finish.
We're now going to look at the 3 phases of a sprint. These are drive, stride and lift. These are the most important three aspects of any sprinting event. You drive to the straight, you continually lift your knees and you stride to the end. To start off, we are going to look at the whole part of the technique.
This is the same as what we did when looking at the starting blocks. When watching a sprint, it is hard to critically analyse more than one or two things that may need correcting in the technique. This is the reason for using the whole part whole.
Part 1, the drive phase. This is 0 to 30 metres.
This is the first phase after leaving the blocks. Head still looking down at the floor and body position still at 45 degrees, giving a full extension through ankle, knee and hips. This drive is based on strength. Physical strength and power lack of this will mean rising too soon at this phase. Arms when driving upwards should not pass the eye, and when driving backwards should not pass the pocket area. Arms maintain a 90-degree angle throughout the race. When driving forwards, both arms and legs should be opposite but at the same degree. If this timing is off, then balance will be off. During this phase, make sure that the heel recovery is low during the first 5 to 7 steps. This is where the use of psychological skills of self-talk cues can be used. For an example, running on hot coal. This is an example of an instructional self-talk cue. The way this would help the athlete repeat the phase, he or she would concentrate on the task.
Part 2, the stride phase. This is 30 to 60 metres.
This is the second phase. There should be a smooth transaction from the drive phase. The transfer is a lot like the high knee drill. The head is now lifted so it is in line with the spine and the eyes are focused on the end of the track. This is called tunnel vision. Tunnel vision is part of perception and action. It is the loss of peripheral vision with retention of central vision, resulting in a constant circular tunnel-like field of vision. The face should be relaxed with no tension. This is called jelly jaw. Also, the rest of the body should be relaxed for the ability to smoothly run through the motions. Feel a 90-degree angle at the elbows, and exhaling of breathing occurs when moving arms on every other pump. Also in this phase there should be back kick. Back kick should happen when landing. It is where the foot should land in line with the body and then back kick up under the bum. Drills such as leg cycles will improve this technique. Overall, this stage is to keep relaxed and be able to sprint at a good continuous pace, trying to decrease in speed less than the other runners.
Phase 3, the lift. This is from 60 to the finish line.
By this stage, your muscles in the body are filled with lactic acid. This is one of the things that reduces your speed, so it is more important to focus on technique. This is continuing the high knee raise and also increasing the arm action. Arms still at 90 degrees, but when going forwards they pass slightly higher. Tunnel vision is still used throughout this phase, but when approaching the line you lean forwards. Remember, run past the line, do not stop at it. To finish up, we are going to look at the whole technique again. This will be where we are able to see if the adjustments and improvements of the skill have been introduced. I hope that this instructional video has helped and been enjoyable to watch.